Hi there. This time I want to talk to you about monarchies. Now, not the kind of wimpy constitutional monarchies that emerged in the 20th century, but bad, old-fashioned, authoritarian, dynastic, medieval-style European monarchies. Monarchy is an authoritarian form of government in which one person, usually a man, is vested with all of the powers of government. He decrees what the law is. He directs all the powers of coercion which enforce the law, and he passes judgment on any subjects who he deems to have violated the law. Now, you'll notice I said subjects. In a monarchy, human beings are not citizens, they are subjects. They are the property of the monarch in much the same way as a factory is the property of a corporation in our economic system. The concept of human rights is alien to monarchies. But in order to sustain a monarch must secure the loyalty of his subjects. This is generally done through a combination of coercion and propaganda. The most successful monarchs tend to operate in very much the same way as cult leaders. The monarchy is normally supported by other institutions within the society. There's almost always an aristocracy. Now, aristocrats are subjects who have privileges granted to them by the monarch. These may include wealth, status, and exemption from many of the more onerous and oppressive laws. Members of this aristocracy are selected to fulfill bureaucratic functions within the government mechanisms, but they only serve at the pleasure of the monarch. Now, monarchs hold on to their power and position for life. They share power usually only with members of their immediate family. Traditionally, when a monarch dies, one of those family members inherits his power. Monarchs traditionally justify their position and power by claiming it has been bestowed upon them by God. Therefore, they tend to ally themselves with the prevailing religious institutions and, of course, the leaders thereof. Most monarchs generally prefer to establish a state religion. While they may not abolish other religions, they give preference to a specific religious institution from which they in turn demand total support. They usually declare that the founding principles and the values of the nation are inextricably intertwined with the specific religion with which the monarchy is allied. One of the techniques which monarchs use to solidify their power is to exaggerate the danger of enemies, both within and without. The monarch's propaganda machine concocts an exaggerated description of the virtuous and loyal subjects and contrasts that with the enemies of the state, evil, disloyal subjects, and grotesque, inhuman citizens of other nations, emphasizing the imagined differences between us and them. This belief system, this us and them, is something I call exclusionism, and I discuss it at great length in some of my other videos. It is one of the many similarities between monarchs and cult leaders. Now, I could go on and on, but I hope that this has stimulated your thinking and stirred up recollections of history and civics lessons in your past, or movies or plays or television shows that depict monarchy. If you want to hear more from me about some of this stuff, why check out some of my other videos at www.daffwold.com. But just looking at some of the characteristics of monarchy that I've mentioned here, does it sound familiar? Does it look anything like the reality TV show that has taken over our government? I think it does. If you agree with me, you know what we must do. We must declare loudly and aggressively our opposition to this change in our form of government. Vote in November like our human rights and our independence is at stake. Because they are. And pledge to fight this tyranny, if necessary, with our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Thank you all for your attention. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I hope you'll join me again sometime.